Hello, neighbors. I don't have a solid agenda today. I mostly just find that business is better when I do live streams regularly. So I'm trying to do live stream regularly. There's some insightful advice for you. Figure out what works and do it more. Right now, what I'm doing is testing our new, not testing, but using our new technical tab, our website analysis. I put out a new YouTube video today. I'd appreciate if everybody could go check that out. I haven't actually looked. It probably hasn't performed too well yet. No, it's actually performing like utter crap, which is disappointing because this is the direction I kind of want to go with the channel, but I also haven't sent any traffic to it yet. I usually give that 24 hours. But yeah, go check that out. Some tips that you can do for your business to improve it in like a day's time, or 15 minutes a day, I should say. And while you're there, throw a subscribe at it. I get questions all day long about getting orders and stuff like that. Where are you now? What can I help you with now? Don't wait. This is your opportunity. I charge $1,000 an hour for consulting. So take advantage of me. Especially you ladies. That's a joke. Let's see. Impossible Crete just joined him. Hello, Impossible Crete. Salad just joined, and she had better stay on because otherwise she's going to have to work the night shift for free. That's an inside joke that nobody else listening to this is going to get, but she will, and that's all that matters. It says I should invite you to join live as a guest. Should I do that, Salad? Youssef just joined. Well, this is taking a long time. I'm wondering if there is a problem with it being online at the same time. Speaking of superstarseo.com, I gave that a glow up here recently. Salad says she has no problem working the night shift for free. See, that's how I run my business is I make people work extra, but as to be fair to them, I don't pay them extra. So they have to work for free. And just for those of you that are going to get all triggered and woke and stuff, I'm just kidding. Except for you, Salad. You actually do have to work the night shift for free. Oh, but yeah, anyway, the logo, I just got the new logo yesterday. Can we do random checks on how sellers are performing and how can they improve? Roasting roasters. Can we do random checks? You mean can we do them here on the stream? I guess I'm not sure what you're asking. If you mean how would you do? I don't know how you would do that. But I mean, you can look at any, and we prefer to call them freelancers because sellers is a Fiverr thing. But I mean, you can look at a good bit of their metrics on their thing. But if you can be more specific on what you need, I'd be happy to, or what you mean, I'd be happy to try to accommodate it in some way. But let's just pick the first one I see here. My friend Shivam. Well, shit. Wendy Gonzalez joined on TikTok, but Salad is the only one holding strong. If you watched along, maybe I'll do another case study. Not today, but like start another one. If you watched along a few months ago, the one I did for home remodeling Pueblo, he was the one that built the site for me. But anyway, you can see their last 90 days worth of statistics. He had 45 orders, which is one every other day, basically. Not basically, literally, or at least on average. He was on time 100% of the time, late 0% of the time. None canceled all time. He's had 829 orders. He's from India. He's been with us since June of 2018, which is almost our entire history. Salad said, I joined a bit late, need to catch up on today's topic. We're talking about local SEO services on Legiit, but really we're just hanging out. He's got custom orders and then so on. So I don't know specifically what you want to see, but I think on Facebook you mentioned a local SEO service blueprint. Did you do that? It's based on getting enough likes. Yeah. So what that was the guide that I've shown before that we worked through the case study on. But what I was going to do, and I still will, I just apparently I need some dev help to do it. I wanted to load that up under guides. So it's right here on the site. And where's guides? Guides. Like we have a growth guide and I want to put that guide in here as well. But it was a bit more technologically challenging than I thought it was going to be. But it will get there eventually. Hello, Tracy. Mithu says he's from Bangladesh. Azure study group. Microsoft Azure. New to Legiit. How do we get Legiit link builder on Legiit? How do we get Legiit? Sorry, I don't understand that question. Can you please be more specific or be more clear? Fridoy says hi. Hello, Fridoy. Emmett and Tracy are back. Well, Emmett is joined and Tracy is back on TikTok. Oh, for anyone that didn't see the new UI for the Legiit dashboard, should really go check it out. Yeah, I actually have it up on the screen on the platform for grownups. Yeah, it was amazing. So am I. I think, as you would say, it had a nice glow up. I think it looks really, really sexy. To be honest, I love the buyer one, but the seller side looks even more sexy. Salad says, laugh out loud, bye. Well, that was an L for you, regardless. Dino, social hacker, says hello from Croatia, Chris. Oh, I haven't been to Croatia. A little late to the party. We'll watch the replay for sure. Bet. Hear that, Salad? I said bet. As confirmation of what he said. Anis, our 2-time pizza winner, says, hi, Chris, just joined. Hello, Anis. Is it possible to remove minimum withdrawal? No. And that's because I do appreciate that, but the reason we have that is it costs us a few dollars to send a withdrawal. So if people are withdrawing like $1 at a time, and some people would do that because I don't know why, but they would, we lose money. And I know it sucks, but I'm not in business to lose money. Salad says, Chris, you get the L just for saying bet. Dead ass, that's cap. On God. One thing I like is they added the commas here. The other day they weren't there, and that was bothering my compulsive nature. I wish they'd added them here as well, but I guess I didn't ask for that specifically. But anyway, I think this looks sexy as hell. Did our audit ever finish? It did. So this is the simple one. It gives us a website health of 48.3, which is poopy. It says it's missing a meta description. I don't think that's accurate, but we'll have to look into that. Multiple H1s, that's probably true. Slow page load, that's definitely true. Insufficient content, the homepage, it must have looked at the homepage itself and not the whole site. You can see it gives you some good stuff to do. You can ask our AI like what that means. You can hire somebody to do it, or you can just mark it as complete. And it'll tell you how much of an impact it has or does not have. It'll give you some blog posts and information and so on over in the AI assistant. And then you can also switch this to advanced mode where it'll get more information. So it'll show you your site health, how many pages it scanned, issues found, which is a lot, average response time. Hey, we got 3 whole people on TikTok. Thank you, Salad, for drawing people in. Did you send that to a Gen Z support group or something. Uptime monitor, page speed insights, website health. So that one passed, that one passed, that one passed. Meta descriptions. I don't know why. I bet I know why, because I have some pages that are just landing pages that it must have found. Indexability and so on. And then we have like, it actually shows you the individual URLs and a bunch of information on that. This is modeled after Screaming Frog. So it gives you some good information there. So yeah, check that out. A lot of folks don't know about it, and I just wanted to talk about it. Can I share unlimited legit service link on social media? It's not. Yeah, no, we encourage people to promote themselves. Like, we want you to do that because we want you to prove to us that you are serious about this and serious about making a go with Legiit and getting some traffic and some traction and so on. So yeah, yes, do it. And don't spam, like, just to be clear, don't spam, but share it in a strategic and intelligent and professional way. Salad says, say less. All Gen Z know each other. I'm on my way to summoning everyone. She shared the live, encouraging more viewers to thank you, Salad. This is why you're my favorite person in your family. I was going to say your last name, but I don't want to spill the tea. See, I dropped another one. Another one. All right. See, we've been here for 18 minutes. We'll keep going till at least 30 minutes. But if the questions don't pick up by then, I'm probably just going to call it a day. My selling performance has dropped a lot in the last 2 weeks. What could be the reason for this? What do you mean your selling performance? You mean the number of orders you're getting? Or is that what you mean? If so, can you just clarify, or if so or not, can you please clarify it? But if that's the case, my question is going to be, what have you been doing to mitigate that? Like, are you just waiting for it to happen, or are you getting out there? Because I used to see you on Twitter or X all the time, and I can't say that I do anymore. So maybe those two things correlate. Salad trying to bring in the younger demographic for me. AI assistant recommend legit services, legit sellers. Yes. Let's bring it up. First of all, let's just kind of walk through it. And I have barely seen this since it got a glow up as well. But let's say, how can I help you? Let's say keyword rankings. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. This still needs some work, but it's not bad. Yeah, it'll recommend specific services. It'll recommend for the topic that you chose. It'll recommend some courses and some blog posts. Again, it's going to get smarter the more that we use it, but it's not bad. But also, what freelancer do you recommend for Shopify design? Zeno recommends recommended, and you look at that. Anissa, she recommended you. I'm glad that worked out. That's your service that it just recommended when people asked about Shopify. And by the way, guys, eventually, and probably not too far in the future, this Think Big Box, which right now is just a copy of the search box, is going to be the AI. So you'll actually get like feedback like this directly in the what do you call it, in the search. But yeah, look at that. Anissa, it pulled you up. Do you know, it says Chris, and it looks like you maybe started a message. Maybe I can see it on YouTube. Let's see. I swear we didn't plan that. um, maybe you're watching on the Legiit YouTube channel. I'm not understanding why I don't see your full message there. Social hacker, or yeah, Dino social hacker. Let's show the comments in here, by the way. Let's check out the Legiit channel. Maybe it's there. Huh. I don't know him. Here we go. Can you recommend us, by your opinion, best GBP ranking gigs on Legiit as local SEO? What gave you the best results aside from, of course? Okay. So let me get back to where I was. Excuse me. Let me open it in. So I have kind of a complete guide. And this kind of walks you through the whole process, like sequentially, along with the services that I use. And then at the end, let me scroll to the end because there's a lot of pages. I wrote this all myself, by the way. It kind of recommends all of them in like the order. So there's like that. So I'll go ahead and put this in the chat. But if you want me to choose just one service to rule them all for local SEO ranking, if you just don't want to push a button and not think, invite Jackie Chan Asian to join live as a guest. I don't think I will do that. I'm going to have to zoom back out because you can't really see. It would be this one. Because it's not like, I don't want you to think of this as replacing your entire strategy, but you don't have to do anything. And this is actually directly for it. Now, most local SEO services are part of a whole. You know, you got your citations and your CTR and your embeds and your batch geos and all those things. But this particular one just helps improve your ranking. So if I had to choose one, it would be that. Commercial communications consulting. That's a lot of alliteration. Commercial considerations consulting. Cool. That's a lot of alliteration. But there's your free plug. Saeed, which of my services would you recommend to others? Saeed trying to get a low key promo in there. Let me see. I'm going to try to copy because your username's too hard to spell, which, by the way, is a problem. So I'm going to see if I can't copy and paste it. Commercial Communications Consulting says, thanks for the guide. Oh, no problem. Did I share it in the chat? If not, let me know and I will. So let's look at Saeed. I've not, at least I don't think I've used any of your services. So I'm just going to have to guess. Keyword optimization, ranking boost signals. What is this one? Dino, Social Hacker says, awesome. Thanks a ton for this. Thank you, Dino. Commercial that's a mouthful. Commercial Communications Consulting says, thanks for the guide. Thank you, Commercial Communications Consulting. Supercharge your coupon. Facing why this matters. SEO optimized content, professional formatting. So at a glance, I would probably give this one a shot just because it's intriguing based on the copy. So Alex, hey Alex, how's it going? Joining late, but how do you feel, or what do you feel are some of the most underrepresented represented services on Legiit currently? Huh. probably the non-SEO ones. So let's say graphics. Let's say AI, I think would be some of the AI services I think are very much underrated, underused, under whatever. Like a lot of them are content, but like this one is great. This is a great writing tool. We were using that on Legiit for a while, create an AI influencer. And this category definitely is not getting the love that it deserves, and it should. We can go into some of the subcategories to make it a little more easy to follow, like the prompt engineering, for example. Like these, I know some of these are really powerful. Like I know these folks, some of these folks, and I know that they'll do a good job. So, we need to fix that though. But also like just the non-SEO categories in general. Like we have some really good graphic designers, and they just don't get the love that they deserve. Like the top few do, but beyond that they don't, and they should, because we've got some serious talent here. Davin, Art King. So I don't know if that answers your question. I don't know if there was this particular like category or vertical you were looking into, but Dot just joined on TikTok. Hello, Dot, or period. All right. That's too zoomed in. I'm trying to find like the happy medium, because I have these great big curved widescreen monitors. So it makes it look small on your screen. But then if I zoom in too much, you can't see either. So these are the problems that I have. All right, let's go back. Let's check out the content cluster tool. I love this one because it's so easy. Let's choose a different site. I'll zoom in some. Let's choose a different site. Let's do this one. I haven't done that one in a while. All right, so interesting. I wonder if the site is still up or what. Let's check it out. That explains it. But the content cluster tool will still work. So we're going to create a content cluster around that, and then I'm going to have to get somebody to fix that site. That site has been so problematic. Just so I know, how many of you knew these tools that were here? The content cluster and the technical audit and all those other things I've been showing. How many of you knew, and how many of you are finding out for the first time? You see, it generates the main pillar, the pillar content, and then it gives you another layer of 3, and then another layer of 2, and then another layer of 1. And if you don't like any particular one of them, you can just regenerate it. And then you click continue. Okay, I'll share it right now, Dino. Actually, what you can do is just go to go.legiit.com/download, and we'll email it over to you, and along with some other stuff. So I'm going to put that in the chat right now, Dino. go.legiit.com/download. All right, so now you just click, and it's going to cost about just under 90,000 credits. So you generate content. It does not do images. I don't know why it says that. We'll get that removed. Eventually, maybe we'll add images, but for now, we want to keep it simple. Whoever that is that's watching on TikTok, hello. I don't see your name, and I don't want to touch it because this thing will fall over, and that's embarrassing. Dino Social Hacker says, awesome, got it. Good, good, good. Now this does take a few minutes because it's generating 11, it's 10 to 12,000 words of content. So, it takes a few minutes and it's using, I'm not going to bet my unborn children on this, but it's using Claude Opus 4.0 or 4.1 to generate the content. Again, don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that's right. All right. Well, I'm being quiet and that's awkward. So while that's doing that, what I'm going to do is get someone to fix that. It's EXE. I believe it's this one. Yeah, that should do it. I think he already has access to this because he's fixed the site for me before. Add to cart. Proceed to checkout. He's one of the developers at Legiit, by the way. So that's why I know he already has worked on this before. I'll get rid of that spammer here in just a second. I think, let me zoom in. You already have the credentials. If I wanted to create a dashboard for it, like I showed, I would do that right here and just put in the URL and click that, but I already have one. So start. So hopefully he can fix that. I mean, I know he can. Hopefully he can fix that quickly, but all right, we're still generating content here. Let me go ahead and remove this spammer. All right, Dunzo. AI Image Art says, hello, how are you? I literally could not be better. Thank you. I'm going to push my guy off the screen here. All right. If anybody has any questions on any topic, now is your time to get unlimited access to me for free. And I'm not kidding when I say I charge $1,000 an hour for consulting. You can see it right here. All right. Where to go? Still generating. Again, this is generating you 10 to 12,000 words of well written and well optimized content along with internal links and metadata. So it takes a while. I say that because I know that people have, no offense, TikToker, but I know that people have the attention span of a flea in many cases. So I say that. But yeah, anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we will probably wrap up here in the next minute or two once this gets done. Imamo, my friend, look at you looking all sharp in your new profile picture. Says, how are you doing? I literally could not be better. Thank you. I hope you are doing swell as well. I regret saying swell. Imamo is Alex. You were asking about hidden talent. Imamo is definitely one of them. Although he's done okay, he does a great job at a wide variety of things. You can check his profile out at emu_77. You really need to come up with a better username, my friend. I know that's like important to you, but nobody but me is ever going to remember that. Oh, that's cool. I like what you did with your cover photo. But he's got the keyword research. He does a great topical map. What else? YouTube ads, content, Surfer. He optimized all the posts on the Superstar SEO blog. I don't know what, like a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that. And my traffic skyrocketed from that. Fine Facebook. Yeah, my man can do it all. So definitely check him out. Yeah, I don't know what else to add. Is there any other another legit live in the planning phases? Undecided. As you know, I moved out of Myrtle Beach to Las Vegas. There definitely will not be one this year, 2025. In fact, the next week is the 1 year anniversary. Wow. But I haven't ruled it out yet either. But it was a huge time suck. So I don't know is the best answer I can give you. What do you think about ordering local citations for GBP if we are not in US, UK? Is it smart to do that for European GBP? Yes. Yes, still order them. Nothing really changes. In fact, there isn't really a whole lot of difference in Google now other than the languages. Because like if you go to like Google, .co.uk, now it redirects back to .com. So yes, it makes sense. I've created a prompt to generate SEO articles, Yoast optimized articles. That's a cool prompt. Did we check your services? Yes. Try to keep up, man. I can't find anyone legit that does local citations for EU countries for my clients. Check out what countries, by the way. But the one I'm about to show you should be able to handle it. Local citations for any country. He does a great job. I'm going to do him the courtesy of not trying to pronounce his name, but he does a great job. He's been with us since the beginning, June 2018. My favorite story about him is one time we had some sort of system glitch, and the way that on time was calculated got, affected. I don't know exactly what happened, but it got affected. And his dropped from 100% to like 99.989 or something like that. And he lost his shit because he wanted it to be 100%. I was like, bro, you're probably going to do better without being, but that's how much of a perfectionist he is. And that's why, other than the great reviews and consistently good work, but that one story tells me more about him than anything, right? Like it tells me how important details and things like that are. So that's why I recommend him. So Dino, that one should be able to help. But if you tell me the specific countries, I can see what I can find. Or at least like a couple of examples. Did this finish yet? What happened? Huh. Oh, fuck. I guess I wasn't supposed to navigate away from that page. Oh, there it is. View generated content. All right, it's done. You can see the spacing is a little weird, but you can fix that on the site. But nice, long, well optimized article. It's definitely Claude because I recognize how they like to use a lot of bullets in their content. So, and then it'll show you the metadata you should use, the meta title, the meta description, the links to within the content that it generated, FAQs. You can see it generated. Let's just do the math. This one is 2,200 words. 1,800, so we're already at 4,000. 1,700. 1,800. 1,600. 1,700. So in this case, it was about 9,000 plus 1,600, or I guess about 8,000. 8,400 words that it generated in not that long. And these are, and it shows you how to link them together, the metadata, the FAQs. So basically, we generated a whole site's worth of content in a few minutes. Croatia, Austria, Germany, but preferably Croatia. I mean, the ones that say any country can probably do that, but I doubt we have any specifically for Croatia. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'll look into it. But just use that one that I sent you. He should be able to handle it. Do you think it's better to create a self-hosted ID page for schema purposes, or put it on an external source like an Amazon S3 server or something? Does it make a difference? What do you mean by ID page? Having said that, I don't know what an ID page is, unless I'm just being dumb. But my guess is it probably doesn't need to be that complicated. It's probably fine to put it on the site, assuming that I know what that means, you know. So, yeah, once you clarify, I'll give my best answer. Let's look over, make sure I didn't miss any questions anywhere else. Nope. Dino Social Hacker says, will do. Thanks. Something that references all legitimate sources for the brand, including mentions and citations. Basically, it's way. I've never done that, so I think it makes a lot of sense. But I think it also doesn't make sense to host it outside of there. Yeah, but I've never done that. It sounds like an interesting idea, and I do think I've heard of it. I just don't think I've heard it called that before. But it's not something I can say for sure. But I don't see why you would need to host that externally. It sounds like it would just be like a list of links. I don't know how I managed it, but I got on these like SMS lists for recruiters, and I get them sending me like these ridiculous job openings that have to be scams like all day long. And I just got one. I've gotten two actually since we've been on here, which is just funny to me. Was a good solid practice, or if we would get better benefit hosting in our. Oh, we've been hosting it outside to avoid issues with redesigns and other things. When the ID to page gets lost in the mix and breaks things in the process. Um, I don't know. I don't see. To me, again, I haven't. This is not based on any experience. To me, it sounds like you're adding a layer of like you're defeating the purpose by hosting it anywhere but the site. Like I feel like that's going to make it harder for it to like tie that together. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't done it. I'm going to try it now though. It also reminds me of something else I have to check. All right, we've been here for 48 minutes. We'll try to stretch it out until the hour mark because that's what I allocated for this. But yeah, so we're just hanging out, answering questions, checking out services and tools that we have here on Legiit. I ordered something to get my painter site fixed. Knowing him, he'll have it done within the hour. He's a boss like that. Hopefully I use that term correctly. SEO tools, we got some stuff over here you can do, and these are cool because I vibe coded these myself, and they put them on the site. But like this will show you, and this is just dummy data, but you can put in like the number of pages you have on your site and the way you have them linked and the key pages, and it'll show you how to interlink your site and things like that. What else? Back to tools. We'll just pick one at random. Google penalty risk calculator. Dino Social Hacker says, did you ever try IFTTT? Syndication rings up to 3, I believe, is max, around 80 link sites. As an SEO tactic for a website, there are a few good ones. Yeah, I haven't done it in a while because, well, I just haven't. I don't know. But yeah, back in the day, like syndication was my jam. Gemini guy is great. Fahad Khan, he's like one of our day one sellers. And when I go to like conferences and stuff, people know who he is. So yeah, I'll still think it's cool. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they made it so you have to have a certain type of account or something. Jim, I think I missed something. So I think that made it like less effective than it used to be. But back in the day, there was a tool called Synwire, which like helped kickstart my career. And what I would do is like have Synwire push out to a bunch of IFTTT rings, and it would like be just a massive blast of syndication, and it would rank videos all day long in Google search. Like that's one of the key things that got me here. Alex, you probably remember that. Yeah, this Fahad has been here since day one, and he does a great job. Great guy too. So yeah, it does work if you're going to be doing anything with frequent posting. They're like nice natural backlinks, and I don't really like it for syndication. I don't think it looks all that good. Like if you're actually trying to just put the content to a bunch of different places. But anyway. Whew. All right, guys, about 10 minutes to go, and then we're going to call it a day. I think I've got enough of a free time tomorrow to do another one of these. Synwire drove me nuts back when I used it, so I just gave up and have you do it. It had a learning curve for sure, especially like how to generate reports and things like that. But yeah. But unfortunately, it went out of business. I offered to buy it, but I like Joe, the guy that owned it, but he was like big on telephone calls, and he wanted to do like talk about these things over the phone, and it just wasn't for me. You don't have to make it your last question, but fire away. Yeah, I was gonna say you used to have like a landing page there, just describing what happens, but it looks like even that's gone now. Oh, there we go. And there's really nothing that that does anything like this anymore, unfortunately. We've tried a few other ones and they don't work. And I thought about building one of my own, but it's like the fact that these keep failing tells me that it's just not, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. And I also don't think that technique would work as well as it did. Who is this? Sure. Does FCS Networker still exist? FCS. This was a good one back in the day, but I think it went out of business as well. All right, screw it. Ooh, I gotta confirm that I'm real to stay on my live on TikTok for the no people watching. Fuck. It does that thing where it makes you slide the puzzle piece into place. Traffic manipulation. We don't call them gigs on Legiit. For GBP as part of the process, yay or nay? 3 sources of traffic, direct referral, and organic. Yeah, I use them. I use Webidoo. His real name is Mars. And you know, there are softwares that you can do it yourself. I find them a little too complicated generally. This is who I use. He has some other cool services too. Yeah, I just kept having user accounts disconnect or get banned, and then couldn't post anything, or a bunch of the posts would fail. Sure, there was a secret to keep. Not really. Not really. We had all those same problems and had to regularly buy new accounts. So no, there was no secret. That happened to everyone. And I think that Joe eventually just said, fuck it, and moved on. So, especially for cities with no big search volume, can it rank faster? I don't know about faster, but I definitely have it as part of my strategy in that guide that you should have. Yeah, here, this is the one I use. So, and Alex asked kind of the same question. So there we go. All right, we got about 4 minutes left. Then I'll go into my Edward R. Murrow routine, and then we'll call it a day. Elena Riggs just joined. Hello, Elena. That's a very pretty name. Makes me think of Vampire Diaries, although it's spelled differently. That's all. Thank you for your time. This was quality time and not planned. Like I literally paused Lord of the Rings on TV for this. I won't spoil the ending, but the good guys win in the end. So since you enjoyed this, if you could go ahead and subscribe for me, I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to get my channel going again for like the bazillionth time. So you can just go to that link, or you can go to chrismwalker.tv if you're watching elsewhere. Trying to put out 3 videos a week. And, you know, hopefully you find them valuable. But we'll probably do this again tomorrow too. So be sure you subscribe to get notified about that as well. So yeah. Oh, my nose itches. All right, we got about 2 minutes left. So if you have any last minute questions, if you're on TikTok, say hello. Or do a heart or like a rose or something. I don't know what those get me, but I know that it's good. But anyway, like, subscribe, do all the things so that I get more attention, because I'm a narcissist and I need it. Are you loving Vegas? I am. I am. I go walking on the strip almost every night. It's just there's so much to do, and the people here are surprisingly friendly. So that's really cool. And yeah, it was a good decision. It was. I had some shakiness at first. But it worked for me. And what I mean by that is my air conditioning went out like 2 weeks after living here, and it gets hot as fuck here. It was like 110 that week. I've seen it get up to as high as 117. I think I saw that. I think I'm not hallucinating that, but no, it's great. I love it here. This will probably be home for a while. I thought I was only going to live here for a year, but it looks like I'm going to be here for a while. So yay. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Again, please subscribe if you're watching this anywhere other than YouTube, or if you are watching it on YouTube and you aren't subscribed, because it helps me stay motivated and it helps you get notified when we do these live streams. Live streams are kind of my thing. Like, I'm still going to do the pre-made content, but live streams are really where my channel excels. So watch them, subscribe. If you want to do it easily, you can go to chrismwalker.tv. Other than that, I think I'm going to be back tomorrow. I think I only have one meeting tomorrow, and I think it's early. So that's the end of the sentence. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe, like, comment, use Legiit. Give me money because I need it. I don't really need it, to be honest, but I like it and I want more. So that's it. Have a good day. I'll see you next time. And until then, figure out what you want in life and go out and get it, because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world to be the absolute best version of you. I'll see you next time. Peace.